From the Digital Media Center on the campus of Southern Oregon University in Ashland, Oregon. This is Ramping Up Your English, an educational program for intermediate level English language learners. Here's your host for Ramping Up Your English, John Letts.
Welcome to Ramping Up Your English. Ramping Up Your English is for English learners from all language backgrounds who have already begun the process of learning English as their second language. It's a program for people of all ages. If you're seeking greater English proficiency, this program is designed to help you reach that goal. Ramping Up Your English is a support program for English learners who have already passed the beginning stages of learning English. We take a content-based approach to helping you reach higher English proficiency. We use English to teach English. The theme for our first unit is Trains and Railroads. This is Episode 8, Segment 1. In an earlier episode, we got to learn about streamliners, passenger trains designed to look sleek and modern. The advent of streamliners produced a number of trains with names just instead of numbers. One of the earliest trains to get the name was Southern Pacific's Sunset Limited, a train that took passengers west from New Orleans to Los Angeles. You can still ride the Sunset Limited. It's operated by Amtrak. In fact, it's train number 1 and 2 in the Amtrak system. When I was a teenager working on my uncle's farm, I often saw the Sunset Limited speed by while I was driving a tractor in the fields by the railroad tracks. I often waved, wondering what it must be like crossing the country in a train. I don't have to wonder anymore, and neither do you. Our first video clip today is of the Sunset Limited leaving Los Angeles toward New Orleans. Welcome aboard.
The romance of train travel finds itself in the first long-distance train to bear a name, the Sunset Limited. Stretching from New Orleans to Los Angeles, this Southern Pacific service is now run today by Amtrak. Built to carry passengers from cultured New Orleans into the wild and vast West, the Sunset Limited seldom disappoints adventurous souls who like to travel in style. America's first transcontinental railroad was built mostly from the east to west, with the Central Pacific meeting the Union Pacific north of Salt Lake City. When the Central Pacific's Big Four built America's second transcontinental railroad, they built and took over railroads from the west to the east, the direction we're going in today's program. Our journey began in Union Station in Los Angeles. The Sunset Limited is one of 3 long-distance trains departing from here. But be aware, the Sunset Limited only runs 3 days a week. In recent years, the Sunset Limited departs long after sunset, a nighttime departure from Los Angeles. On the journey where this video was taken, our departure was delayed by regional flooding. We had boarded on time and enjoyed a great dinner in the dining car, but our train didn't move out of the station until hours later. Here we saw control lights for multiple tracks. And even at this late hour, regional trains were still moving. The following morning, we found ourselves in the desert of Arizona. All this chatter you hear is because we are enjoying breakfast in the dining car. We were back in our roomette when the Sunset Limited reached Tucson.
We're coming into the station. There's an old steam engine.
Getting
nice
some
station.
reflection.
Look at this.
Tucson is a service stop for the Sunset Limited. Trash is removed, the locomotive is fueled, and a new crew comes aboard. It's a great chance to get out and stretch your legs. The legendary Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday are represented here, symbolizing the West's wildness. We'll revisit Tucson and the country east of here in part 2 of the Sunset Limited Eastbound. For many years, the Sunset Limited left Los Angeles in early afternoon. Here we're pulling out of Union Station during one of those years. You can see some construction along the platform.
Leaving Los Angeles, pulling out. Eastbound to New Orleans.
Collect tickets. We'll be getting announcements from the dining car and the lounge car here as we move along shortly, and they'll tell you all about our services and facilities on the train. We do want to caution you, though, as you walk through the train, do hold on to the seat rest bags and wear your shoes at all times, and please don't run. We have a lot of kids on here today, and if kids can't get excited and start running, please have them not run, or if they are, please stop them so that they don't fall. Want everybody to have a safe trip. Please always wear your shoes anytime you walk through the train. Absolutely. Okay, you guys know the kind of room there?
That's me, I'll be that.
All right.
Hi.
How we doing, everybody?
Hey, this is our
You guys
friendly
doing okay?
car attendant.
Okay.
And what's your name?
My name is Anthony.
Anthony. Nice to
Right.
meet you. So, ma'am, what train are you on?
I'm on the Sunset Limited.
And where does this train go?
Well, it dead ends at New Orleans.
And where do you get off?
I'm getting off in a little town called Lafayette.
As we traveled east, we could see the San Bernardino Mountains in the background. We passed through some country with significant soil erosion, and some parts had orchards of orange trees. The mountains were lit by the light of the magic hour, but soon the light faded in this area of washes. We'd awake tomorrow in Arizona.
Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. Our goal is to help you elevate your level of English proficiency in a way that causes the least amount of stress. Our approach is to make English learning interesting and fun by using a thematic approach. Our first theme is trains and railroads. Southern Pacific Sunset Limited was a notable train. At one time, it was made up of all Pullman sleepers and parlor cars, no coaches. There was a time when it ran from New Orleans all the way up to San Francisco. The dining car popularized iceberg lettuce, helping to make the Salinas Valley in California the salad bowl of the United States. Southern Pacific published a promotional magazine just for Sunset Limited passengers. It evolved to become today's popular Sunset magazine. We'll learn more about this special train and share more eastbound journey after this.